Oh, hey, it's me. I'm still alive. Wow, 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 wow. Who would have thunk? Yeah. Nice yawn. I hope I made you yawn. That would make me laugh. Yeah, so, we're in it for another chill Risk of Rain stream. JK, I'm gonna try to kill myself in the game. Yeah, I figure, last time we played, I had some rough time towards the beginning of being very close to death at all times, but we were playing it on Drizzle, so I think we should play with similar artifacts on Rainstorm, and see how we go. So let's get into it. Oh boy! Resubbed for 32 months. 3 kids and already a 4th one on the way. Gonna need some child support. Jeez. Oh, another resub! Let's see. You've been subscribed for 23 months. Jesus. Oh my god, I can't believe I've been streaming for that long. Oh look, and it started a hype train. That's so cool. Yeah. I'm so excited for that. Thanks, guys. Well, let's get fucked up. I can gossip with you guys some more about work and stuff too, because everyone loves to listen to that babble. Okay, so what did we do last time? I think we did drop items on death. I think we did double spawns. Enemies can only spawn as elites. And I think we did Artifact of Command too. But I think I'm not gonna do that one because it was hard to select my items. And plus I think it's more difficult when you don't select your items, obviously. Okay, let's try not to die. And onto the gossip. Work's been stupid. I mean, obviously, really, it's pretty straightforward that it's been stupid. I feel like that's like common knowledge. If you have a job, it's stupid. Oh, hello? I heard an item drop, but I do not see an item. It must have dropped over the abyss. Oof, oof. Will I be able to survive this? Man, it do be hard to talk and like try not to be dead at the same time, so that's cool. Someone drop a healing item, please. That would be great. Oops. What are you doing over there, little guy? Has anyone dropped any items yet? What the fuck? Okay. So, work. Man, I don't even understand how I'm alive right now. I almost died on Tuesday. Okay, so here's the story. I told my job from the start I would not do on-call. I don't like the idea of on-call when it's something that the person doesn't agree to. I have other things to do, so I didn't want to do on-call. Because I got shit to do. I have a fucking life. An item! Oh boy. So useful, it's not like I could use healing items or anything. I'm on fire. But they changed after I started, and they decided that they would start doing on-call after I started at the company. So they basically told me I wasn't given a choice because it was a thing that started afterwards. which I still think is bullshit because, like, I'm telling you I can't, and you're like, sucks for you, you're doing it. Like, I don't know. I'm not getting paid extra. I'm not getting anything extra out of being on call. It wasn't built into my salary. I'm not getting anything extra. Why would I fucking do it? Like, maybe that's just like a childish mindset, but like, fuck that. If it was something that it was like agreed upon, like when I started, or that they were giving me a raise for it, but told me I had to do it, like, I feel like I'd be a little bit more understanding. I still wouldn't be pleased, but I'd be a little bit more understanding. But to just be like, sucks for you, this is what you're doing now, really pisses me off. And so I basically told them I won't be on call. I came to an agreement with my boss that what we would do is I would do on call. We have a rotating on call, but I would do it only on the weekends. Banks aren't open on the weekends, so like it means that the chances of me having to do anything are super duper slim. And by super duper slim, I mean there's almost never a time when I would have to do something. There was like a couple of instances of where I had to do stuff, but it wasn't like anything bad. And I think for the most part, it was all stuff that I was very involved in to begin with. It was a very specific system that I'm an expert in at my company. So it was all like issues related to that system. So even if somebody else was on call, I would probably be contacted. But on top of it, because I'm the expert in that system, it's a little bit easier to resolve issues relating to it because it's something that I know very well. Whereas like regular on call, you're basically stuck doing everything. But anyways, long story short, I didn't want to do it. I said I wouldn't do it. We agreed that I would do it on the weekends because it was essentially like not doing it. And we were good. But then the company started doing layoffs. And once they did layoffs, they were like, okay, well, if you want to stay employed, you're going to be on call. Which is kind of a dick move, honestly. Like I said, I'm not getting any benefit from it. There's nothing in it for me other than, okay, now you get to keep your job, which is like such blackmail vibes. I don't know. That just seems really fucked up. Anyways, so they decided that I'd be on call. I hated it. I agreed to do it strictly because I need to keep this job for a little bit longer. I am looking for a job right now. But like, I don't know. I'm still pissed about it. Unrelated, but having long hair is such a pain. Something was tickling my hand and it was like just shedded hair floating around on my desk. It scared the shit out of me. Anyways. But so, like, fuck these people. And so, on, I think it was like Thursday last week, they were like, oh, by the way, we need you to do this special deploy on Tuesday. Well, like, I was already pissed about it, because the thing is I'm currently taking a class to learn Python and how to use a microbit, which is kind of like a mini Arduino. And it's every Tuesday after work. So I was like, great, so you're basically telling me that I have to work when I'm supposed to be doing this class that I paid for, and you're not paying me any extra, so I'm not benefiting from this at all, so you're basically a little asshole, is what you're telling me. You're just a fucking little bitch dick. But you know how it is. So yeah, it was not happy. But I did some research into the deploy and what it would require, and on the surface, it was supposed to be a very simple deploy. Obviously, everything that could go wrong did go wrong, because that's how things work when you're trying to not waste your time. So I was essentially supposed to change the password for something, change the username, and then I needed to batch update a couple files so that they would have the proper information next time somebody tried to use the service. Ah, fucking thought I was outside of it. You know, batch updater should be simple. You just set it and forget it. But we are using a specific company's batch updater. Ignore my dogs in the background. I think there's a delivery or something. But we are using a specific, like, tool that we had purchased. I'm used to just making my own batch updater through the SDK. Like, it's not hard to make. It only takes, like, maybe an hour at most. And you have more control over it. So, like, in my mind, it makes the most sense to do that. But they wanted me to use this tool. I really didn't like the idea of it because I had never used the tool before, and the documentation that I had found was very lacking, and not super clear in some sections of like how the batch updater should function. So, as most of you know, if you've ever used a batch updater, you basically give an Excel spreadsheet or comma-separated file. This one uses an Excel spreadsheet. And so I give it the Excel spreadsheet, and it's immediately failing. It's just not working. And I don't know why. None of the other people who are at my level on my team have any fucking idea because we never use this tool. So I reach out to the developers who use this tool more often and are supposed to be the ones who know what it does and are supposed to be the ones who essentially went through the purchasing price of purchasing this tool and the ones who should know what the fuck they're doing. I love my dogs, but they're so loud. And so I reach out to the developers and they're just like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, can you look at the Excel's file and make sure it's like formatted correctly? Am I missing something specific in it? Like, did I fuck up the formatting? Because like, I'm sure I fucked up something, basically, is what I was getting at. But I just needed them to tell me what it was fucked up because there's no documentation telling me how it should look. So the format of the Excel file, I was going off of previous files, like what other people had utilized, and their formatting, and I assumed, you know, that should be what it looks like. Right? Right? Wrong. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking... I like couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. No one was there to help me. Nobody wanted to help. All of the developers were kind of like, I don't fucking know. One of my old coworkers, who is one of our developers now, was trying to help me. But like even he had never used this tool before, so he was kind of like, I also don't know. Which is rough. Because like it feels bad because it's the only person trying to help you, but they also can't actually do anything for you, so you're just kind of like sitting there like, cool, we're both fucking stuck not knowing what the fuck to do. And that feels great, you know? And so, finally, I end up asking, like, a bunch of other people, and I finally get somebody who's like, I think it's this issue. And I look into it, I change it, and it seems to work. Basically, when I had created the report to get the list of loans, it had created a second sheet in the Excel spreadsheet. And so the tool was only grabbing the second sheet. But the second sheet that it had created was blank. So it wasn't working because of that. Which, like, okay, that's fucking dumb. Why would it look at the second sheet? But okay. At least I understand the problem. And it's a reasonable issue. Like, it should have given me some kind of notification. Because the thing is that it looked like I was doing the batch. It took the sheet and it was like, yes, I am doing this. It'll take 2 hours. But I was checking the loans. Normally, batch updates will either do top to bottom start or bottom to top. So you can look at the spreadsheet, open the loans that are at the top or the bottom after it's been going for a bit, and confirm that it's actually doing something. And so that's what I was essentially doing, is checking the loans to see if I was actually seeing any change, which I was not. So that was great. I didn't like that at all. And so I went back to the dev and I was like, look, it's not working. And that was when we went through the whole thing and we finally figured out that it was the second sheet, which I don't know why it would take 2 hours to go through a blank sheet, but okay. But yeah, so I don't want to go too far because I'm worried that they'll start healing themselves. But yeah, so bitches be bitches. And so I was already fucking pissed about this whole mess. But things just kept getting worse. Because, like, I started the batch at 4 p.m. I gave it, like, a full half hour before I checked the loans, and I get out at 5. But then, like, I had to struggle for the full half hour trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with the Excel spreadsheet, why it wasn't working. And so it was 5 o'clock. And I had basically started the deploy early so that I could be out by 5 o'clock because I wanted to eat dinner and go to my class. So I was already, like, real pissed. And I'm also one of those people who doesn't like to stop things in the middle or just, like, not do it. Like, stop doing it and give up. I'm very much like, I need to figure this out right now. I cannot just leave this. I don't know, man. Maybe it's, like, obsession. Maybe it's hyperfixation. Maybe it's, I don't know, ego. It could be anything. Sorry, I got the hiccups. But I was very displeased, to say the least. And so I struggle with it for a bit. It's 5 o'clock. I finally get it to actually start running the batch. And it takes 4 hours. But the thing is while it's running, I'm checking loans. And it's doing something weird, where it's only partially running. It's only running on some loans. But what's the differentiating factor? A lot of the time when you have an issue like this, you can look at it and say, okay, well, those particular loans have this in it. Those particular loans meet this criteria, and that's why they're being ignored, or they don't seem correct, so the system's not allowing it. Like, there's normally some semblance of a reason of why. Not saying it's always a good reason, but there's, like, some vague, like, yes, this is why. I just realized we popped through the other bubble and I never picked up the loot. Ugh, rips McGee. Ah. But yeah, so I noticed that it's being dumb. And I'm like, well, I can't stop the batch update because I still needed to update. But I was like, you know, maybe it's only failing on, like, 1 out of every 50 loans or something. I have to run this on 2,000 loans, so maybe it's not that bad. Also, 2 hours or 4 hours for 2,000 loans is fucking absurd. If I had used the API myself and just made my own program to do it, it would have gone through it at least in, like, an hour at most. So yeah, I was already kind of, like, raging. And to think that you're paying for the tool, that just pissed me off even more. Because it was like, okay, well, this is fucking stupid. Maybe I should just make a job selling batch update tools. for this software because like this sucks. Anyways. But so yeah, it ew, not an ink man. Not on my watch. No, let me down. But so yeah, I was not a fan of this patch update tool. So I sit there and I'm trying to do other stuff at the same time, and I've already reached the point where like I can't go to the class. I have to monitor this. It's obviously not functioning properly. When I come back, it's going to have issues, and I need to be able to look into the issues. So while it was having all these problems, I was researching the tool to see if I could find like any answers for why, you know? Is like I said, is it something wrong with the loans? Is it something particular? Is it the formatting of how the loan number was put in? Like what is it that's causing it to not function as intended? And so I was coming up very short. I was not getting any answers as to why this was happening, because that would be too easy. But that also meant that like I knew that it was going to partially fail and then I would have to rerun it. So the 4 hours pass. Dean goes into the class without me, comes home and everything, and I'm still like struggling with this. So it finishes the batch update, and I'm like, okay, cool. It took 4 hours, so it had to have done the majority of them. I'll rerun the loans that it failed on and see if they'll run through a second time. It will take a lot less time because, you know, it's the second time and there's less loans. So it'll take less time because it doesn't need to run through 2,000 loans. Oh, how wrong I was. So I'm still so mad. Because like this all started at 4. We got it like actually fully running at like 5, and I noticed the issues already at like 5:30ish, and then it was 4 hours. So math, 9. It was 9 by then. So I was in a very pissed off state, and I hadn't eaten yet because I was too angry. So that definitely wasn't helping. And so like I ate probably like an hour before Dean got home. Probably less, actually, but don't tell him. Dean, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I was not having a good time. I was very angry. So, I go to run the job again. I rerun the report to see how many loans it didn't run on. It didn't run on 3/4 of the loans. 3/4. That means it took 4 hours to run 1/4 of the loans. Which is fucking absurd. Absolutely insane. I have never used a batch updater that takes so long for such a small number of loans. And again, we were paying for it. We were paying for this software. So like my mind was already like in an intense state of just pissed off by this point. And so I try to breathe and remember my training to not kill people. And I can't help but just be like pissed at this point, obviously. I was just enraged beyond belief. And so I put it to rerun. And I'm like, maybe it was a fluke thing. And so I start checking on it. And it's running on the loans. But only some of them. It's doing the same thing, where it runs on some of the loans, but not all of them. But I still couldn't find an answer to why it was doing that in the first place. So, like, there was nothing I could do. And when I had initially had issues with the batch updater, I had asked the other people, the devs and my team, if anyone knew if we had a different batch updater that we could use. Some other tool that we could use to do this update, because this one was not a good tool and I didn't like it. And its functionality was awful. And nobody knew of another batch updater that we had. And so I struggled till 5 o'clock in the morning trying to batch update. I reran the batch update probably about 6 times. Each time it would run on a short, like a small number of loans, but not all of them. But again, there was no defining factor between these loans. When they were put through again, they ran fine. So like it wasn't like there was anything obviously wrong in them. It wasn't something that it would always cause a fail. It was just sometimes it just wouldn't run half the loans. Or more than half the loans. So yeah, at like 5 o'clock there was still 600 left to run. Out of like 2,000 and something loans. There was still 600 after running it probably 6 or so times. Which is insane. Absolutely insane. It was like a devastating blow. Cause like, what can you do? You have no other batch updater. You can't go into each loan manually because that would take days. And it would show as your user making changes, which we don't want. We want it to show as a system change. Because if it looks like it's your user when they do like auditing, there's a chance that like you'll get called out as I don't know what the right word is. Messing around with a loan file without a license, essentially. And like there are some changes we can make, but this particular field we couldn't. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's hard to explain. But yeah, so I was struggling till 5 in the morning. Absolute like devastation. And I finally like had no choice but to give up. Because the thing is as it got later and later, I became more distressed. And I don't handle lack of sleep well at all. Like at all. I am not one of those people who can just not sleep. Or stay up really late. Like I need to get a lot of sleep. Otherwise, I am insane. So yeah, I needed the sleep. And the more that I was awake, the more stressed and upset I was becoming, and the more crying I was doing. I don't know how else to explain it, but I was weeping aggressively. But yeah, so not a great time for me. And as the hours ticked on and on, it was just getting worse and worse. So I finally was like, no, I have to stop because I'm gonna like have a mental breakdown. And oh, I died. Ah! I didn't think I was that close to death. I wasn't looking. Well, that's what you get. Let's try again. But yeah, I basically had to like stop or I was going to like have a breakdown. And I was pretty much already in the midst of a breakdown. Life sucks sometimes. But having a shitty job sucks, makes it suck so much worse. That one hit got me real hard. Jeez, it really, really did me like that. Oof. No, I'm gonna die so quickly. Ah, here I go, death. Here I come. Embrace me. I have no healing items, so like, what am I supposed to fucking do? Will this heal me? Yeah, okay, nice. I was worried I'd break it before it healed me. Oops. Anyways, back to the story. So I sent an email to the people who were waiting on it to be completed. And I sent an email to the dev. There was one dev who stayed on with me while I was trying to do all of this and was helping me try to figure out the issues. We've only got like 3 devs that are worth anything. The rest are like lazy bastards who constantly like push their work off on others and refuse to assist when any problems occur. One of them is my old coworker, who's really great. I really am gonna die really quick, jeez. But like, I don't know. There's a mountain, I have to press that. But so that one poor dev stayed on with me, so like he also was having a rough night. And we both were like, what the fuck is wrong with this system? And like, towards the end of it, I think it was probably like 3 a.m. I was like, I'm just gonna write a quick batch updater program to do it using the API, and I'm just gonna fucking do it myself. But I was so tired that like my brain wasn't working, and so I kept doing it wrong. I kept putting the wrong information in, so like I had the wrong password and credential information, and I was trying to update it, but I like could not comprehend what was wrong with it because I was so tired, and so I basically failed miserably at trying to update it. So that was cool. Oops, popped that one. But yeah, so I sent the email, and in the email I basically said, I'm sorry, it's 5 a.m. I honestly did everything I could to get this to run. I couldn't get it to work on all the loans. This batch updater just doesn't function well. It's the worst batch updater I've ever used in my life. I didn't know what to do, and nobody could help me. The dev stayed on with me, but like he couldn't do anything. Because like the thing is, since it's a tool that we purchased, we don't have access to the code of it, from my understanding. So like they couldn't even look at the code and be like, oh, this is, oh, really fucking got me. Oh god. My corpse, no! Let's take the elites off. I think that's just a little bit too much. Should I switch another one on? Should I do only 1 type per stage? I think that's fair. But so yeah, I was very upset by the time I went to sleep. And I had to get up early for work. And I was so angry when I got up. So I got up, I checked my email, and my boss had responded to my message, asking me why I didn't try using our other batch update tool. To which I said, the fuck are you talking about, other batch update tool? Because nobody fucking knew that we had this other batch update tool. And I'm like, why the fuck did they tell me it had to be run through this specific batch update tool if we had another one? And why does nobody know about it? And guess what? It's another one we're paying for. Absolutely dumbfounded. Blown away. Just cannot comprehend this bullshit that I live with every day. Why are we paying for 2 batch updaters when they both suck? So the problem with the other batch updater that I didn't know about is it can only run like 300 loans at a time. And the formatting is kind of weird, the way that they format their spreadsheets. So it's not really usable for a normal user. Each of the loans have a loan number associated with it, but in addition they have this sort of back-end hidden field called the GUID associated with it as well. So the report that I used takes loan numbers. The batch updater I used takes loan numbers. The batch updater nobody knew about takes GUIDs. Because regular users or managers can't use it, nobody fucking knows that it exists. It's meant to only be used by basically the devs or the admins. But none of the devs or the admins know that it exists. So it's very useful software that we're paying for. But, you know, let's furlough or lay off our employees because we can't afford to keep them. But let's continue paying for the software we don't use and nobody knows about. I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes me so mad. Honestly, it's so stupid. I don't know why I'm still fucking around. Let's go hit this mountain and then go to the teleporter. I think I just want more items, but like they're just not dropping. It's like 1 item out of every like 60 I kill. And then they give me a key instead of something useful. But yeah, so I was so mad that my boss came to me and was like, well, why didn't you just use the other batch updater? I cannot explain like how it feels to be blinded by rage, but that's what it was. I was so fucking pissed. And then on top of it, I still needed to finish running these 600 loans. And now people were getting into loan files, so it's harder to do a batch update because they have an exclusive lock, so only one person can be utilizing the loan at a time. It's to protect data integrity. So like you run the batch update, and if somebody's in the file, it fails for that loan, and it just skips to the next one, which like honestly is fine because it's like, okay, well I've updated 599 of the 600, but I couldn't update this one because there's a user in it. I'll just update it manually. You know, like that's not bad. Alternatively, you just suffer, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I was so upset. Man. I wish they would give me more healing items. Does that help at all? No. Cool. Ah! They all shot me at once. I need some place to hide while I heal up. Can you guys give me items at least? Oof, got bopped. Okay, let's pick up some of these items over here that got left behind. Nice hoof, make me go fast. Sorry, I'll continue my story once I successfully don't die. Okay, teleporter is charged. Sorry, guys. Let's go through the blue portal. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. So I was pissed at my boss for like hiding this secret batch updater. So I put the stuff into batch update. It updates in literally 20 minutes at most. And that was just because I walked away for a bit and I don't know actually how long it took. But it did not take long. So that was great for me. That made me mentally feel like I was, you know, having a great time. I definitely did not feel like I was dying. Like, for sure. That's all sarcasm. I felt like I was dying. I could go to the void level, but I think I'm still too weak. And I'd get annihilated. I don't have like any healing items, so I need some healing items. Anyways. So I run the 600 loans. I succeed. I message the business to let them know. But while I'm doing this, they all of a sudden are like, oh yeah, we're having problems with these loans and we don't know why they're not working and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is I've only gotten like 3 hours of sleep. So I'm in like a state of just non-functionality. Just inability to think, to reason, to troubleshoot properly. Like all of it's gone. All of that is just non-existent. And so I'm struggling. Oh, there's another void bubble somewhere. Must be that way. I see a blue guy. Purple guy. I can tell colors. But so yeah, I'm just in a state of just non-functionality. Just absolutely dead. But I have to try to troubleshoot what's not working. And on top of it, this is like a system using functionality that like I don't know anything about. So like troubleshooting it is very difficult because I don't know what it looks like when it works, let alone knowing what it looks like when it doesn't work. The credentials were supposed to have been tested before they were provided to me. And if there's an issue, it's related to the credentials, not to the batch update that I did. The credential update that took 2 seconds, but the ticket was listed as not needing QA. So I shouldn't have needed to like test it. So it should have been already confirmed that these credentials function. So, like, why are they not working? Like, straight up, that's where my head was. Is just like, I was told not to test these, which means somebody else should have tested them. Why are they not working? You guys couldn't possibly have given me credentials that you never tested or thought about testing and just assumed they would work. That's absurd. People don't do things like that, right? Right? So I was spiraling essentially. I was spiraling into the depths of hell where my body was just like, please let me rest. And I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't think, and the idea that this was failing and that I might have to roll it back and that the batch updates would be pointless if I had to roll it back was crushing. I don't know how else to explain how I felt, because it literally felt like I was being suffocated And I started bawling like uncontrollably, like a little child. So that was cool. So I finally calmed down, and I'm like, I can't do this on my own. Like, I really am not capable of doing this right now. I need help. So I breathed deeply, and I posted my group, my team group, and I'm like, please, I need one of the other admin to help me. I can't do this. I need help. Please. The other admins are great, so it's not like they would have said no, but it's like the emotional state that I was in was just like, please, somebody save me. Please, I need help. So I wasn't really in a state to feel like I could be okay. Which is great. Gotta love that. Gotta love that crushing mental feeling of just dying inside. Are there no drones? Come on, I want some drones. I want a healing drone, please. Oh, a teddy bear is nice. Thanks. But a healing drone would be very useful right now. But yeah, I messaged them. One of my coworkers responded like immediately. I greatly appreciate him. He is very smart. He does a really good job, and he like gets how frustrating things are. So like I didn't feel like, I don't know, it's I think sometimes it can feel really shitty to like ask for help. Like it can feel like you're being judged for your failures. But I don't get that feeling from any of my admin coworkers. I got that feeling from my manager when she was like, hey, why didn't you just use this other batch updater? Which I was like, are you fucking joking? Should I just die now or later? Which would be best? But so I explained to him what was going on. I talked him through like the whole thing. I told him everything I had done, what changes I had made and everything. And then I was like, please just help me. Please help me. And he was like, I got you. Let's look at this together. We'll try and figure it out. So we look at it for a little bit. I during this time was when I was doing the batch update too. So I was like in the middle of doing the batch update, and we were trying to look into this issue. So we confirmed that the issue probably isn't actually an issue. It's probably just somebody not understanding like that they need to re-enter some information. So it's user error and not like a problem, which is good that it's user error and not a problem. But it's bad because it makes me stressed. When am I gonna get a fucking orange item, please? Hello? But yeah, so I was not like loving the day. And the like intense anxiety that I got from it possibly not working and possibly having to roll it back just devastated me. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to work at all. I knew that like it was done. This was Wednesday afternoon because Tuesday night was when I originally started the deploy. And so I like worked with Aaron to get it figured out. We were on like a good spot where we thought we would like be good, and I made sure that he was aware of like any other things, and he was the on-call admin, so it wasn't like terrible if he needed to like look into the issue, because if somebody needed to look into the issue and I wasn't available, because he knew what was going on because of our conversation. And so I messaged my boss and I was like, I'm taking a sick day, bye. And just like took a sick day, and I went and laid in my bed and cried for probably like, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. It's so terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. This is just me existing. I'm just gonna keep collecting these because they're my favorite. I think I'm gonna take this too. But so yeah, I went to sleep after I had cried for a long while, and I tried to look at like dog videos to make me feel better, but it was not happening. There was nothing that could help in that moment. Like, even Dean was like, it's okay, you did everything you could. And I was just like, fucking, I want to die. So that was great. And so, I went to sleep and I didn't wake up until like 5 p.m. I was just so out of it and like done. And like even when I woke up, I was still like barely functional. My body was just like, I don't know, man. What do you want from me? So yeah, it wasn't great. It really, really like took the energy out of me for the whole week. And like Thursday came around, and I had missed work Wednesday. There was a deploy window on Wednesday, which is our normal deploy window, but I didn't have any tickets to deploy. So it was fine that I took the day. But I also had a one-on-one with my boss on that same day, and so I had missed that. Which I was like, good, I don't want to fucking talk to them. It's not my boss's fault. The thing is like, it's not their fault. Like, it's not, like, I don't know. They weren't online to tell me to use the other batch updater. You know, I don't know. I am salty, but at the same time, I don't know that I can like blame my boss. Like, I don't know that it was anyone's fault, except for like how stupid it is. Like, I don't know where we're paying for that tool that sucks so fucking bad. There's a lot that I just don't understand why. So it's hard for me to like push blame on somebody, because it's just like, but why is it like this? But why is this stuff happening? But why? And there's nothing there to provide anything of useful value, as far as an answer goes or anything like that. It's just, you know, feeling bad. And I don't want to keep doing that. So I like didn't want to talk to my boss about it. Not because, like I said, not because I was mad at my boss, but more just because I didn't want to acknowledge it in a way. It was like, I don't know. Every developer has imposter syndrome. Okay? It's just like a common trait of us, as well as like some other jobs, but like I know specifically for developers, I don't know about others. But every developer has imposter syndrome. And if they don't have imposter syndrome, then they're normally a egotistical psychopath, which also comes in developer flavor. I don't have that one. Unfortunately. I almost wonder if that would be preferred over like constant anxiety over your failings and your lack of knowledge in comparison to others. You know, the norms. Hello? Can you not be a roadblock? Thanks. There we go. I knew there was a box somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to talk about it, basically. I just didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to acknowledge that it happened. I didn't want to feel the existence of that failure, because to me it felt like a failure. What happens if it auto-fires the printer? Or the... Is that a printer? I don't remember what it's called. Recycler. Ah, fuck me. Did I make a mistake? Did I do a whoopsie? Oh noes? Oh, it does auto fucking do it. Fuck me. Oh, I picked up a red item. Who knew? I need to find a new orange item as quickly as possible. But anyways, yeah, so they rescheduled my one-on-one for the next day. So Thursday I come in and I see that I have this one-on-one, like, first fucking thing in the morning. And I'm like, no, I would like to not do that. Because I don't know. I knew that my boss would bring it up. And I knew exactly what my boss would have said. My boss was going to tell me that I should have just stopped working on it and just left it partially done. And that I should not, like, take these things so personally and, like, work so hard on them. But, like, that's not me. I don't know what to say other than, like, my natural state is, like, working overly hard and burning myself down until I do something successful. So, like, the idea of the concept of just leave it half done is absolute madness to me. Absolutely fucking insane, bonkers bullshit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's ego. I don't know if it's like a fear of failure, if it's anxiety. I honestly have no answers of why I'm like this. All I know is this is me. This is the suffering that I experience on a daily basis. And I will continue to experience on a daily basis. It'll never go away. So yeah, I had a very rough week. I did not enjoy it. If I just don't make eye contact with it, I can pick it up. But yeah, so Thursday was kind of shit because I was just still like reeling from my failures the day before. The days before. Because it was 2 days basically of suffering. It's a really good time, really great. I love my job. Everything's good. But no, honestly, it's just a lot. You know? It's overwhelming and it feels real bad. I don't like feeling like a failure. Yeah. But yeah, oh, I launched myself really high. I don't know. I don't know that I would do anything different either. That's kind of the difficulty is like, I did everything I could to make that go well. I did everything I could to make it quick and painless. I did all of the research beforehand. I prepared everything so that it would be ready to go. It should have been a quick deploy. It should have been simple. It should have been a lot of things, but the fact that they wanted me to use this particular tool really fucked it up. And the thing is the tool didn't error on any of these loans. It didn't show anything in the logs as it failing. It didn't give us anything. There was no information as to, hey, this didn't work right because of this. It just didn't work. And that's probably the most frustrating part. Yeah, I almost died. That was close. Because, like, what do? You have no information. You have nothing to tell you why it didn't go right. You have nothing to tell you, like, what you did wrong. If you did something wrong, because that's the thing, is I'm always feeling like I must have done something wrong. But, like, there's no way to know. Because it doesn't tell you. Oh, what the fuck? So yeah, I didn't have any fun this week. And then Friday, I was still so burnt out that I was just like, I'm not gonna do anything. And so that's exactly what I did, is a whole lot of fucking nothing. But I don't know. It's like, you still feel the pain from when you failed. I don't know. It's a lingering disappointment for me. I still feel like I should have been able to like figure it out or like do something better, even though I know that that's stupid. Sorry, hiccups. Did that thing used to be in the sky? I honestly don't remember, and I've noticed it a couple times recently. I know that they're planning for their new DLC, but like, was that always there? Is that a hint? I don't know. It's probably just me being dumb, honestly. I want to get some turrets. I know there was at least one down here. But yeah, so everything sucks. I felt bad. The world continues. Uncaring of the changes I've made and the failures that I've had. Just keeps circling and doing its thing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna try to like relax this weekend and not do a lot because of the fact that I'm still sort of like burnt out. But it's also my husband's birthday weekend and I want to make sure to like make him happy. But it's also very hard because I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, do you want to like do stuff on this day? I don't know. Okay. And so I feel bad because I want to do things to make him happy, but he's very vague and indecisive about everything, so I don't know what he wants. I asked him if he wanted me to give him his gifts today instead of tomorrow, and he was like, I don't know. It's just difficult sometimes. Makes me feel like I'm doing a bad job of being a wife. But of course everything makes me feel like I'm doing a bad job. I'm just kind of trash. The confidence doesn't exist here. There's no such thing as being confident in my life. So that's cool. I mean, I will say I've been a little bit depressed recently, but it's been less depressed than I was in the past. There's just been a lot going on, you know? Like, the temporary, like, 2-day furlough that they then changed their mind on. That's cool. Being super sick, getting COVID for the first time in the last 4 years. That's cool. You know, gotta love that. You know, you avoided it for so long only for your dentist to just fuck you in the ass and provide you COVID directly into your mouth hole. Yeah, everything's great. I can't believe we've been streaming for an hour already. Oh, it's a gup. I'm gonna get destroyed. It's gups. Which means it's like 12 monsters for every one me. Oh, they killed my gunner drone already. I'm hoping if I kill enough right here that they'll give me lots of items. Oh, that one's a red one. Can one of you give me an orange item, please? I would really appreciate that. I would very much like an orange item. No orange items. Sucks. Hello? Mountain. I really do think those weren't there before. I feel like I would have noticed. I have to like go back and look at some of my old videos and be like, hello, are you here? So are smaller gups baby gups, or are they just short? That's probably one of the dumbest sentences I've said in a long time, but like, what is it? You know, what's the answer? Because like grandparents are kind of like that too, right? Parents and grandparents. So a parent becomes a grandparent. I realized that I was taking my time. I should hurry up. Let's fuck around and find out. That's beautiful. Look at that. There's a sea of little orange babies. How many items do you think I'm gonna get? Oh, there's a red one down there. Is that an alien head? Nice, nice, nice. Give me some items. I'd like some healing items. I feel like I do not have enough. Also, because I picked up the beads, will probably obliterate instead of actually like going to the boss level. Is that an orange item? Okay, let's stop fucking around here. Let's go continue on our journey. Okay, so the teleporter's over there. Let's finish collecting drones, and then we'll go to the teleporter. Oh, hello. Nice. Okay, let's... Okay, more are spawning. Let's move on. Whoops. Took off like a rocket ship. Okay, I don't see any drones. Let's go to the teleporter. I think they look so cute when they have the little horns. They have a really nice, like, reddish green color too. So when they're big, they look so, like, burgundy. And then when they get smaller, they become green, and it's just very cute. I just like them. Gups are great. Sometimes there's a sound in this game that sounds like the ghasts from Minecraft. I don't know what it is or when it happens, but every once in a while I catch it and I'm like, that sounds like something else. Okay, let's run through. I know my turrets killed some things. I want to see if they dropped any items. Nope, I don't see anything. What are those guys doing up there? Onwards we go! Oh no. Fucking knew it. These guys are the worst. I hate them so much. Let's find the teleporter right now. I think it's gonna be over there, maybe. There's a bubble here at some point. Drones, get away from there! Dumb fucks. Is it up here? No? Where is it? Am I dumb? Did I make eye contact with this teleporter and not see it? Ah. Was it over there and I just didn't notice it? Maybe it was down below and I didn't check. Yeah. Big brain. Ugh, fuck. If I can get just one of them to explode, it should take out all the others. Of course, they hit the fucking jump. I'm gonna wait to respawn my little guys until I'm done killing everything here. Come on, charge faster. Oh, good. Okay. Did I miss any drones? I don't see any missed, so let's check up here real quick. Okay, looks good. Let's move on. Ooh, that was rough. I don't like those. Let's find the teleporter. Oops. There should be a purple bubble somewhere too, because I got the key. I want this. do not want that. There we are. You're around here somewhere. Shrimp gun, shrimp gun. My favorite gun. Shrimp gun does make me think it's the best item in the game, by the way. Okay, teleporter, here we come. Oh, they spawned behind the wall. Interesting. Okay, killing it. Nice. Let's come up here and check if they dropped any items. We could probably do a quick run around to see if there are any items anywhere. Oh, what was that? Yeah, see, I knew there'd be items floating around. There'll be no survivors, not on my watch. Oops. Okay. Nice. Of course, it's gonna be the golems. So many golems. They're all looking at me. Fuck. Oh, I missed. Love that. Sir, I don't like when you laser beam me, please. Surely that's enough money, right? Ooh, nice. We done did it. Let's go check the chests. Nice, always love me some fireworks. I can't remember if there are more chests. I think that's it. Oh, fuck me. Don't like that. Don't look, don't look. Ah, there's another one. Okay, cool. We did it. What the fuck? Did you see that? I fell through the world. Just too cool, too fast, too amazing. The world just can't hold me down. Okay, there should be another purple spot. There it is. Oops, launched a little too far. Collect that. Let's go with mushrooms. Shrimp gun. Oops. No, don't fly away. Where'd the other one go? It's so far away. Okay, got it. I think I fucked up and went to the gold level when I was supposed to be going to the obliterate level. Messed up my timing. Big whoops. We'll just loop really fast, I guess. Because it's already been an hour and 30 minutes, so I don't want to go over 2 hours. I got some stuff I want to get done today. Oh, there's it. It did show. Okay, let's hit it. Which scavenger do you think we'll get this time? I wonder if you get anything for like defeating each one of the different kinds. Or if you just survive. This was the one that I had beads of fealty, right? I did pick those up, right? We died in 2 other runs. Okay, we did. Okay. That one's suddenly full health. What the fuck? Okay, we'll kill him one at a time then. Ah, keeps like gaining health like right when he's about to die. Can't give up though. We got this. Okay, killed him. Oh, what a bitch. I know I don't need my drones, but you know, why not? Just gonna live inside this bag. No one can stop me. And we did it! Another artifact run. We died twice. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, it was fun. Definitely always hard with the artifact runs. I feel like I'm not good enough of a player to be able to like really wreck it. I mean, anytime you add command, I think I've got it. But like these other artifacts, which one's the worst one? I don't know. I've like played with all of them. I think maybe it's just because it's on Rainstorm. They're so much harder. Because when I played it on Drizzle with these artifacts, it's easy, obviously, because Drizzle's easy. Maybe, I don't know. I'll probably try to stream tomorrow, but I can't give any guarantees. Just remember, you can always check out my YouTube channel. That's where I post all the VODs. But yeah, I don't know. I'll try to stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll try and die a bunch on Monsoon with some artifacts. That sounds like a fun time. But yeah, that's all, kiddos. Thanks for chilling with me. It's been fun. I've enjoyed being able to babble and complain about my job. That's always nice. But yeah, that's all. Thanks, guys. Bye.